Hi guys, and this is Alex, and welcome to another video. Today, we're going to be going over some more YouTube drama, even though the last video did not do very well. But, we're back at it again. Today we are going to be talking about a fitness influencer. I told you guys how, I'm kind of into the fitness space a little bit, even though you guys don't know that because you guys didn't watch the last video. Please watch that video. Watch this one before you watch this one, because there's a lot of gym elements in that one. The Mr. Beast video, that's the one I'm talking about. Anyway. Today we are going to talk about the Liver King. Now, the Liver King is a person that a lot of people in my generation specifically saw and was like, oh, this is so cool. This guy is, tribal. And then after about 10 minutes of actually looking at his content and realizing that it's complete BS, as has been proven by, sports and exercise scientists and stuff like that, and the other fact that most cavemen or tribal, air quotes, figures never really abused performance enhancing drugs, allegedly, and other substances, allegedly. So basically what happened is Liver King, I really, his content was interesting at most. It was a lot of BS, but it was pretty interesting. But it seems like he's finally coming to grips with the fact that his time in the limelight is over. Completely over. It's been over, air quotes, for a little bit, but now it's completely over. And it's very sad seeing a man decline into madness. I saw a little bit of the documentary, and that's what's gonna happen. So basically, documentary happened, and they made the documentary, and there's a lot of stuff that came out like, yeah, he didn't really have a father figure. He looked up to all these tribal figures, Conan the Barbarian, Terminator, or I think that's Terminator, I don't know, but all these like tribal, just pure man figures, Rambo, all of these really just manly figures, like holding a gun in one hand, a beer in the other, and just firing away. And it seems like he took a lot of inspiration from that. So going into his life now, but he basically, the issue is that is kind of what has led him to this trouble lifestyle and stuff like that. And abusing performance enhancing drugs, I think, allegedly. But guys, basically, he's not very happy. He's not very happy with he wasn't very happy with the people that made that documentary. 3 people, and he would allude to them, but then start naming them. One specifically, Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan. I don't know about Joe Rogan. I don't really know much about him. I just know that he has a podcast that a lot of people watch. There's a lot of cool and wacky figures on that podcast, and he seems like I don't know about chill, but not insanely serious guy. I've seen some of the clips from his thing, but he seems like he's not really a mean person or anyone that's doing anything bad. But anyway, he made this documentary, and Liver King did not like it. He didn't like how his family was painted. He didn't like what they were showing about his family. He didn't like what they talked about. He was enraged about this because he felt like not only was he being attacked, but the rest of his family being attacked, which basically made it so a little bit after that documentary was made, he comes out and he starts making these incessant kind of diabolical rants that even get worse and worse as the days go on, and this continues for a while. He starts, alluding to doing horrible things to people. He starts alluding to doing bad things to people. He starts alluding to different objects that can hurt people. So yeah, very, very bad. And it gets to a point where he starts to name people, and he starts to post videos of him so-called getting like an envoy ready to go hunt this person down, go hunt Joe Rogan down, and makes threats towards his family, which is a big no-no. That's not very manly. That's not very tribal. The manly thing to do is go talk things out, of course. But yeah. So this is crazy, guys. The Liver King goes to Texas with his envoy and tries to hunt down Joe Rogan. And he's like, yeah, we're just going to do this podcast. Well, yeah. While also alluding to there being a weapon, him having a weapon with him to do bad things to Joe Rogan. And then after he gets arrested for terrorism, an act of terrorism, which I don't really know how that lines up. I guess because you have like an envoy of people going to hunt people down. I guess that is kind of an act of terrorism, which I really don't know. I feel like act of terrorism is really not that good of a term because terrorism is like, a suicide bombing or something like that, or poisoning all the water or stuff like that, going to everyone, and creating terror. Actually, maybe that does create terror, having like a envoy of... Anyway, getting sidetracked. I don't really know much legal stuff. But anyway, we get back to this, and he's arrested. The weapon he was alluding to, no, it was just a present for for the Joe Rogan's family, letting them stay there. So yeah, very, very odd stuff coming out of the Liver King. He's finally coming to grips that his career is completely over. He's lost all of the limelight, and he probably will not resurge into that limelight for a very long time, and he might die because of his abuse, allegedly, of performance-enhancing drugs and other things. But yeah, guys, so it just, when you watch these videos, it's very crazy. In some of the videos, he, starts, like, doing these things where he's, like, talking to someone, but they're not there, or talking to their family where they're not there, or alluding to the family being in the house with them, where there's not a breath, not a whisper besides his own voice. Very crazy stuff, guys. Definitely will be following this. He's already out of prison, by the way. His wife seems completely unconcerned with him going to prison. She was like, oh yeah, he'll just be out. Yeah, I don't really care. Very, very weird. That divorce is going to be crazy. I feel very, very bad for the kids, feel bad for everyone involved. Even I kind of feel a little bit of sympathy towards Liver King because, no father figure, and then going on a lying spree through the internet, basically having an unachievable physique, posting workouts that literally do absolutely nothing, that do not create any muscle stimulus whatsoever at all. I mean, tying a band around your head or doing squats. Anyway, a little bit of a rant. But yeah, guys, so crazy, crazy stuff. I mean, I really didn't think this was happening. I thought Liver King would do the same thing everyone else does, right? Oh, excuse me. Just slowly fade away into the oblivion of no one watches you ever, and you're only getting like a K views per video. Me, I'm not even at that point left, but I never peaked yet. Speaking of peak, go watch my peak video out now. It's an hour 30 minutes long. There's a 30-minute video of gameplay. There is a 12-minute overview, and there's an hour-minute of me summiting, but the rest of the footage got lost. So it's just our footage, not me going to the top, just going to the top of the Iceland. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. There's a lot more stuff I could talk about, a lot more stuff that I can rant about, but it's really nothing of worth. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment on the video. I love feedback. Haven't been seeing so much of it, but I'm trusting you guys that you guys will pull through. But yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching. I will see all of you guys later. I missed the thing. Good day to you guys. Good night to me. I'll see all of you guys later. Thanks for watching. Everything I said. I'll see all you guys later. Once again, I said that 3 times in a row.